my channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, how to make money from the exchanges by buying cheap players. There are really players that doesn't know about this, and they've been selling cheaply in the market, and I have made about 15 million in total. Alright, so now if you check your own players, that whether it fits into the exchanges, you realize that actually some of them they do. There are various so-called events that are able to fit in. Just let me quickly repeat this. Alright, so this is the notice. You can use Lantern Festival, Future Stars Fantasy, Heroes 23, TOTY, UECL, UEL, UCL players. Alright, so these are the events that can fit in. Alright, so currently you can see there are indeed players who are selling this kind of players in the market, so they may not be aware, thinking that they are able to sell the players. They're really happy with it, not being fully aware that actually there's exchange that's happening. That's why there are so many people buying these players from the events I just mentioned. So I'm just going to give you a quick access into this player, this LM, which seems to be the cheapest player I found, 788. So you can imagine that you can go ahead and buy 5 numbers of these players if you do not have any that fit into the exchange. So it's important because you got to check the number of limit. There is a limit of 5 exchange that you can do. So do not thinking that you can buy unlimited amount of players and then eventually make maybe even a billion out of it. No, it doesn't work that way. You're only entitled to 5 exchange. So you just imagine this. If I go back to the player that I found is the most cheapest player, 788. That's the amount I'm buying for a player. So you got to make sure you do not exceed the exchange. So you go at that on a slow basis. Always test it out in exchange. Alright, so I succeed in that because I'm quite skeptical in first place whether it worked. So it does. If you go back to the exchange, you can see it does. So how do you go about doing the exchange? There are 2 exchanges that you require. The 104. One gives a million, another gives a chance of more than a million. So with that, I know I have 10 chances in a way. I have basically 4 players can see just now. So I'm just going to buy maybe 6 more players of the 104 later on. I'm going to check out because there seems to be various exchanges. So this is easily bought because it's 999 plus. I buy 5 numbers of the 105 since I don't have any. So why only 5? There's a limit that I mentioned earlier of just 5 105s that fits into the exchange. You buy 6, you are losing money. Alright, as simple as that. Alright, so this player I'm fitting in, I'm just counting the number of balance of the slots that I have for the exchange. You can see here, this 105, it goes in nicely, 1.45 million. So that's how much I've made, apparently about 360 per player. So if you do your math, basically 360 per player is a very good profit. Alright, so just by buying from the market and put into the exchange is easy. Once you fulfill that, you can't do it anymore. That's why I said you can only buy 5 provided you don't have any. So I have a 105 players, so I'm buying 5 to fulfill the exchange. If you have 1, then you should be buying just 4. Alright, if you buy 5, you have an extra, you're losing money. Simple as that. So again, I'm going to hunt for the 104 since I have some slots extras or some more exchange I can do. I'm going for Lantern because I found this player seems to be cheapest. Then let's go for him. It's about 788. So if I'm selling him for a million, easily another 212 212,000 made from the exchange. It's in the foundation as usual. So I know I have a chance of making between 1 to 2 million. So even if I hit 1 million, I'm really making 200,000 or so, 212. All right, so you can see it's always consistent 1 million, although they said more than 1 million possible, but this, this is EA, right? So that wouldn't be possible in the first place. So the 102 and the 103, I think I have lots of them. If not, I'm going for this player. I'm going to check out his price later on as well. Then if not, there'll be a cheaper market players to buy. I'll go for that as well. So let's check the 103 in the market right now. All right, so this is my own player. So you check out which are the 103. It seems like it's right. The lantern and the TOTY works, but the rest of the 103 player doesn't work. So you got to watch out. Not any single 103 players fits into it. As I mentioned earlier, there are a certain number of events. All right, more the newer events like Heroes 23, UCL, right? So all this UEL and whatnot, it does fit. But you need to check out again in my earlier part of my video. I mentioned all that qualifying ones. All right, so now I'm going to quickly fit them in, and I'm going to start buying players already before people realize and the market has jumped. So I'm just going to select just these two. Seems to be the cheapest so far I've seen in terms of the events. So let's go dive into this 570. I think 570 seems to be the cheapest. So let's put in the 570 for the 103 ST I saw just now. I don't think there's anyone that's cheaper than 573. So I've decided with this 573. 570 if 103. You bought another one. Let's test it out to just be cautious here, just in case, because sometimes it doesn't work, then we're losing money. So always try to test it out first. Yes, it does work. So 103. All right, so 570, 750. Small profit though, but nonetheless, I'm happy with it. 180,000, easy money. So there are multiples of the 102. I don't think I need to buy. So I'm going to quickly later on just fit into just to check out to share with you. You can see these are my 102 players, but not every single 102 players fits in. Like I mentioned earlier, it depends on the event. So very quickly, let's go to the 102. Again, the 102, I think we have 10 slots or 10 chances. It goes from 550 to 1.1 million, but as usual, there wouldn't be a chance of hitting 1.1 at max, probably 660 or so, but most of the time you'll be getting 550. All right, so that's proven here. So just quickly throw them into the exchange. If you check in the market, you can sell above 550. You go ahead. I've already checked. I can't sell any of my players above 550, so I'm putting them all in here. So I'm really happy you can get rid of these players at this exchange. Again, it may be a plot by EA. Eventually, they may be having other exchanges that require these players, so that they drain out all your players first before they have that. So, but nonetheless, I'm happy to claim like 15 million out of this exchange. So the 103 is another one that can do more, but I have difficulty finding 106 players that are below 2 million. If you manage to find some, please let me know in the comments so I can go and grab some profits as well. Alright, so let's see, just a couple of this. I think 570 was best. Alright, so let's check it out. Exchange again. 103, I have none. Just to make sure the numbers are right, because I'm too afraid of buying too many and eventually it goes to waste. Not only that, you'll be losing money. That defeats the purpose of this whole video. This video is about making money, alright? So I do not want you to lose any money, but rather making millions out of it. So you guys choose this too, just for the sake of testing it out. Okay, so I find 570 seems to be the cheapest player so far. I believe because they are the older events, so the price tends to be lower. So let's quickly put them in, check it out again. Let's see if it's like a few more. Is there even a cheaper layer from other events, or 570 seems to be cheapest after all? So you can see it's proven again. Even I compared over a few events, 570 seems to be cheapest from the TOTY. Again, 106 I couldn't find any. There are people queuing for 1.7, and they could thinking of making 300,000 profit, but there are really probably hundreds of people are queuing already. So the 106 are really tough, but the rest of the exchange, quickly do them before the market runs dry of these players. There have been people hunting, maybe hundreds of thousands of people hunting for players right now, and you better do it fast. That's why I'm doing this video really fast. Once I decided I managed to make money, I'm going to share with you immediately and do out this video. So really hunting for a 106 is really a tough one. There seems like no possibility of getting a profit out of it because there's so many people queuing it. So I'm going to do my last five of that 103. So I'm going to throw in all this 103 by quick ads, and then I'm going to gain all that profits there. Like I mentioned again, is 570. That's the amount they bought him for. So that will be what, 100, 600. There will be 170 per player. Wow, that's good. That's really good because it's 850, right? So 170 per player times 5, you got 500, 5350, and that's 850. Right, that's great. All right, so let's quickly check it out. Everyone, everyone out here, whether we can hunt for a 106. Really terrible. There isn't a chance I could find any of the 106 that's working. It's near 2 million, so it's no point. You buy 2 million or more than 2 million, you throw in exchange, you're making a loss. Anything that's below 2 million is all in long queue. There's no way we can get them, and definitely there are crazy prices for some of the 106, which I don't really understand why. Apparently maybe they are rare cards and maybe people love to collect them. All right, so let's see. Really no luck. I was really hoping to make a 5 more cards profits from that 106 exchange, because if you imagine this, per card you can make 200, there'll be another million profits, but unfortunately I really couldn't find any. So I decided to check out my own player exchange in the UCL and see whether it's possible to get any out of the 106 in the event itself. Unfortunately, we're only getting 103. That could be another opportunity for you to not buy players from the market, so you can actually do some of the skill games and whatnot first before you hit exchange. Then maybe you get more of that 103 players and whatnot. So with that, hopefully you will be able to save some coins or even make bigger profits, because it's free players after all. So this is something you could think about. But putting in the 106 exchange, I need players currently, which I don't really think I'm able to make a profit out of it unless I check the price. So I do not want to come to a point whereby I go ahead and do a exchange and putting in precious players and then eventually losing out, because that's really important. So if you're putting in players that can't be sold anyways and getting out to 106, I think that's fine. So we got a 106 player right now, and of course I could make money again by either selling him or putting in exchange, but let's see how things work out. All right, so 2 million. Okay, so there's a tiny profit here. I'll aim for 2.15 million then. Alright, so almost coming towards the end of this video. I hope you managed to make some money. For me, I'm quite happy. 50 million in total, and maybe more with that remaining 2 million to be made out from just now that 106 player. Just try to hunt for more in order to make more money. But I think maybe running out. So the other chance of making money will be from the other exchanges. So let's see how that works out later on. As more and more players come to the point, we get cheaper and cheaper. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.